Hi, my name is Delaney Mattson, and today we're going to be talking about Syrian Americans. So, the origins of Syrian immigration in the United States are fairly simple, but there have been Syrian Americans. I thought this was super interesting since before the Declaration of Independence. Private Nathan Badin from Ottoman Syria, he actually died before the Declaration of Independence even started fighting for the US, which I think is crazy and super cool. So, a significant wave of Syrian immigrants came in the 1880s. That was the first really big wave, and they mainly settled on the East Coast and in the Midwest. So, a lot of Syrian immigrants became peddlers. They became known for this, and they were basically intermediaries in between small manufacturers and the customers. They would pedal around on their bikes. They only needed a limited English proficiency to do this, and they were able to make pretty good wages. Unfortunately, the Immigration Act of 1924 essentially stopped immigration from Syria, but it resumed about 40 years later with the Immigration and Naturalization Act of 1965. So, an important part of Syrian immigration history is the Syrian refugee crisis in modern times. So, March 15th, 2011 is when the civil war erupted in Syria. From 2011 to 2016, or to 2015, sorry, 1,500 refugees came to America. And then in 2016, we let in 10,000 more Syrian refugees. They were accepted into the US. And then in 2017, a year after Trump became president, his administration banned Syrian migration to the US and the migrations of any refugees. And some interesting stats in March of 2024, so 13 years since the beginning of the civil unrest, approximately 617,910 people have died in the Syrian civil war, and more than 14 million Syrian refugees have been forced to flee their homes to find safety. I love looking at pictures because I think they're so telling and so informative and speak to an emotional depth that sometimes facts about something like the Syrian refugee crisis. Um, it just speaks to it more deeply. I love this bottom right photo of these children and seeing that even with all they've been through, they have smiles on their faces, and I'm sure they have hope in their hearts to one day return to their home country. The last thing I wanted to talk about was Syrian culture. So, the predominant religion in Syria is Islam. 87% of Syrians are Muslim. And some of the biggest principles that they adhere to in their life are social hierarchy. So, respecting their elders. Men are definitely seen as more predominant, and they're the ones who lead in any social situation compared to women. The second is honor. Honor is very important. And if you dishonor someone, people sometimes, if a person in their family is dishonorable, they will end up being killed to save the family from total dishonor. And the third is fidelity. They are very, very loyal to those that they love. And I really respect that. So thank you very much for watching.